All right. So we established this logo with your merch this year. We did all these logo shirts, all these, established your colors, all this stuff. So you went through a whole year of this logo-driven merch. What do you want to establish next year? What do you want to keep going for this coming year here?
Man, as an artist, it's always hard for me to figure out what I want my merch to look like. But at the same time, I realize I don't really buy band merch.
Right.
So I'm always trying to find someone to help me figure out a balance there where I want to have creative input, but at the same time I realize I'm trying to sell to people who are looking to support me, which I am not that person who's going to go buy my own shirt. So it's kind of a weird dynamic.
But you don't have to buy band shirts. You buy Ruka stuff. You buy, so what brands do you think are your favorite brands? Like, what do you find? Okay, what do you find yourself wearing, or what do you find your fans wearing, and which one of those is more important to you? Are you trying to figure out what those fans like and trying to figure that out, or are you just setting, this is what I like, this is the way my merch looks?
I want my merch. The people who buy my merch are going to walk around wearing it. And I'm very interested in how that starts conversations with people or just gets my brand out. Mm-hmm. So I like a design and I like merch that could potentially start a conversation or get someone else's attention. Not necessarily someone feeling like they look sweet as much as I want people to ask, well, what does that mean? Or what is that? What's 21 Pilots? What is that band? Or I've heard of that band before. What is it all about? It's something that would grab someone's attention. So the whole idea of a logo that doesn't have the band name in it.
Yeah.
That was kind of the spirit behind having a logo, is to start a conversation, to get someone's attention, and then hopefully work towards people associating the name to a logo. And so I know.
Do you feel like that's happened yet, or do you still want to establish this logo, or do you want to? Do you think that the logo is so intriguing that you want to continue using it in everything? Because I'm cool with that. I like that idea.
I do feel like that this past year we've established what the logo means and kind of stands for and everything, and if we were to lay out a few designs, I would be a little sad if we didn't have one with that kind of focused around the logo. But at the same time, there's so many other ideas that don't have to, because sometimes being married to a logo really, it kind of ties your hands on some what you can do with designs. So I don't want to do that.
But that parameter isn't so bad.
Right.
To just, the logo is going to be involved, so do whatever you want to do with the logo being involved, which makes me, when I think of that, I think of stuff like, brands like Burton and Hurley, not as much Hurley, but like a lot of those brands that have such a distinct mark that you have to it's so good that you want to keep using it in as many ways possible. But I think that if you're so concerned with, okay, this logo starts a conversation, it's something no one's seen before, and they're going to ask about, well, then maybe you're not as concerned with creating a traditional band tee. You just want to create a cool something. You know what I mean? Because whatever a band tee is has sort of like dissolved. There's not like a standard for band tees anymore, because with so many graphic tees in like the fashion world, you get like, there's a big photo of lips and that's it. That's all a t-shirt is. You know what I mean? Or just like a palm tree or just flowers or whatever.
If you want to write lips down, we can do lips. I really I was thinking about an idea that may not work, but I really like the idea of negative space. Okay. And I like that when you look at something, you see kind of the shapes that are actually the border of the thing you're trying to say.
Right.
But not creating a border around those things so that negative space is super outlined. So just that concept is something that I think is interesting, because it plays with what is it that you see first type of thing.
So there's something else there other than what you're seeing at first.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so we have the bar logo, which we've made sure that we got a circle around it most of the time now. So we've really introduced the circle in it. And then it's that. But then I noticed that you have meaning to your tattoos, and you have meaning to this Columbus thing and all these little things. So do you think that's a theme that you want to continue through this? Is that something that represents you, that you want to bleed over into your shirts?
It's a good question.
Or do you want to keep that to yourself?
It's a good question. You know, tattoos are...
Because I think it's a pretty unique thing that you do with your tattoos, and that you have such random symbols. I know what that means because I was at that show, but no one else knows what it means, but it means something to you.
Right.
And everyone at that show knows what it means,
Right.
which is cool. So you have a connection with all those people.
I got tattooed on stage. What of it? Super punk rock.
It was pretty punk rock. I saw it happen.
But no, the tattoo thing, I mean, I don't know. I kind of want to probably keep that to myself.
Okay.
A lot of artists that operate under a band name kind of have to figure out, okay, do I want my name, my individual, my personal style to be influenced by merch?
Right. Do you want
And
everybody
I've always
to dress
thought it
like
was
you
weird.
dress?
I've always thought it was weird, like these bands out there that have like a picture of the lead singer standing there. You know
You
what I'm
don't want
talking-
any big pictures?
No, you know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Just the guy just standing there like this,
Yeah,
looking.
I know.
It's like,
I do a lot
man,
of them, unfortunately.
do you really?
I don't want to. I have to.
You have to do
Yeah.
that?
The questions that I always have, and these are the questions I ask about the artist without the artist being around, and I don't even expect you to answer these, but they're, how does the artist perceive themselves? How does the artist want to be perceived? And how do the fans perceive them? So what do you mean to your fans? Or do you want to dictate how you perceive yourself and emulate that out? Or do you want to or do you want to give the people what they want? Or do you want to dictate what they have? And that's a big question.
That is a big question.
I don't really know.
Well, I will say that what I would like our fans to view me as is a lot cooler than I am.
Okay. Which is the standard answer, I think.
If you're
not.
watching this right now, you're thinking this guy and his band are really not that cool because you're watching an interview of. If you go online and you watch any interview of any band, and you're just like, they're not that cool at all. But if you were to go to a concert and watch them do their thing, you're just like, wow, they're really cool.
Yeah.
So I think that merch could definitely be something that represents the band in a cool way, cooler than I am sitting
represents
right here.
the band in their best light.
Yes. That's a good point.
All right.
I feel like I'm in school.
Are you stuck on your colors? Red and blue, black and white? or would you ever have a green shirt?
That's a good question.
But you did have a green shirt. I didn't design it.
We had green in it.
Oh, okay.
It's like yellow and green.
That's right, yeah. I didn't design that one.
I will say this. As we move forward, the music that I'm writing, genre-wise, has a bit of a... sounds really adventurous, but has a bit of a reggae feel to it.
Okay.
So there's a whole style that goes with that, whether that be like old Adidas, Jamaican something, rather. And I'm realizing that some of these pasty white dudes that do Jamaican music, like, they don't have any right to be doing that. And so I figured, why don't I do that too?
You don't have a right to
I
do
don't
it
have.
either,
I'm not from like the motherland.
Well, police were from Jamaica either.
Yeah.
They have a ton of reggae
But
stuff.
but then I think that a lot of the designs and the merch and the aesthetics surrounding you can give you that credibility to be making that type of music.
Okay. Interesting. I like that. That was a curveball, the reggae thing, but that's good.
Yeah, my label's gonna think that too when I show them the new music.
That's good. I think that's it, man.
Yeah.
Is there anything that, you think back to the merch that you see at your table? Is there any times when you're looking at the other band's merch, be like, man, we need to get more stuff like that? Is there any of that? Like,
I will say that I'm very interested in sales and numbers, and the simplest shirt
I know.
with the band name, it's just like, it blows my mind.
Yep.
So
Okay.
I don't know if that's, I mean, I know you know that.
Well,
but
it's simple stuff that establishes the, and that's what's funny about being a band tee designer is that you can try all day doing something super in depth and super detailed and all that, but you know what you can watch the merch table and you see what people go towards, and everybody walks away with that logo shirt, and that's it.
It's like, I'm
And
going to
so
order that one again.
Why did I try so hard on the other ones if really all they want to do is represent their band in the most direct way possible?
Yeah.
So maybe, give them, maybe if they only have one choice, one clear choice, then that's my fault. And I should have something where, I just want to say 21 Pilots and their logo on there. Oh, they all do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They all do that in the same volume. And
Yeah.
okay. So we're really, really simple stuff. Keep, just create what we know will sell. There's no sense in dancing around all these other ideas when you know that this is what they want. So why do I try to give them something I know they're not interested in constantly? And it's different with music to merch. Merch is like, I got 5 seconds to decide a t-shirt, it's that one.
Yeah.
So you have to cater to their impulse.
Yeah, and I think most importantly for me, it's, and I know this is where your job is really your job. It's when I see it, like I know I'll know whether or not I love it or not, and that's kind of where you're gonna have to take these small amount of notes and try to come up with something for me to look at.
Do you think there's any brands that I know you gravitate towards Ruka. Are there other brands that you think, I guess it goes back to the same thing. It's like, since you buy Ruka stuff, would you want your shirts to look like Ruka?
I don't know if I really like associate with a specific brand as much as some people would.
Okay.
I'm more inclined to turn my shirt inside out. But that's just because
Because you're cool.
I'm so cool.
Especially when you're on stage.
Yeah.
You're okay now, but when you're on stage, it's so cool.
Compared to me on stage, I look like a nerd right now.
But it all makes, the balance of on stage versus normal life.
Right.
Like,
if
you
I
can
was
afford to be a nerd.
If I was wearing what I wear on stage right now in this casual interview, you would think I'm ridiculous.
I probably wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Cool.